Hey, what's going on, guys? I know it's been a long time since I did my last video. I believe my last video was the mausoleum review that I did with Mike Sears. I would have had a video out sooner, except USPS. It's been an absolute disaster. I ordered the Scrooge when they came out, which was like, I think they went up early December, something like that. And he said, "Oh, you'll get them before Christmas," and most people did. Like most people right now watching this video, they've already got their masks, they've already have it. But mine was supposed to arrive December 14th, and then it arrived. It went to a city that's about 30 minutes away, and it was sitting there, and it got there on the 14th, and it sat there for 2 weeks, and it just didn't move. I sent an inquiry about it, didn't hear anything back, and so I've been just waiting for this mask to finally move. And the other day, I think it was the 28th, it finally updated, and I was like, thank God. I thought it was going to get lost. I didn't think I'd ever see it again, but luckily they got everybody else's stuff out, and this was probably laying at the bottom of a giant heap of Christmas presents, and they decided to finally send it out. So yeah, this is the Scrooge. It went up for pre-order, like I said. I think it was early December. Maybe it was in November at some point. The interesting thing about this one is that normally they do an edition of 50. That's normally what happens, unless it's like the Mausoleum pre-order was, I think they did 200 of those. And then the OG 2.1 was, it was just an open pre-order. And I think there ended up being 125 of those in total. And so, like I said, they normally do with like the 2.0s, and when they normally do a run, they do 50. But there's been a really kind of crazy resurgence. I don't know if that's the right word, but of people buying the masks. Like there's been, I kind of credit the Forever Face Alley just because, everybody's in one spot showing off pictures of their masks, and it just creates kind of this hype around the masks. And so they've just been, the prices have skyrocketed. Like I've seen the horned Forever Faces go for like $250, and when I bought mine, I think I paid $120 for it. So that price is doubled. And that's the case with a lot of the masks. I mean, I was lucky in that I started my collection early on, and I've like, if I were to sell my collection now, it would be a huge profit. But I never sell my masks, so if you're watching this in the alley, don't even ask. Anyway, yeah, on with the Scrooge. The only thing I'll say is that there was a prototype that actually showed up in the alley that Tom Martino, I believe he did a waffle for it, and I think it was a controversy within itself. But anyway, it was a gingerbread style, and the Scrooge is actually just color based off of the Xmas mask that they did last year, which I also have. This mask is actually a super limited one. This one is there were only, I believe, 25 of these made, and they only sold them on the MNE store. And what happened was they were supposed to sell them on the MNE store, and then they were supposed to bring like leftovers or whatever to sell actually at the show, actually at Xmas that was happening that year, and they didn't. I don't know if they sold out on the MNE store, and so they just didn't have any left to sell, but I know there were a lot of people who were like going, or at least a couple people that were going to Xmas because they wanted to buy the mask at Xmas, and there wasn't a mask to buy. So, all right. Here we go. See if I got anything interesting wise. As you guys know, Bill always throws a bunch of promo in here. Crow card. That's just the Crow promo thing, as always. I love 80s horror sticker, and then super famous fun time guys. If you're in the alley, there will be a face-to-face artist spotlight with 8 Legs and Whipstick coming soon. And for those of you guys that just watch my channel, I haven't just been not doing videos. I've actually been doing a lot of stuff. I had an interview with Lee Carver that I did. I've been lining up a ton of people. This Saturday, I've got an interview with Buckshot that's going to be in the alley. And the other thing I've been doing is there's now a official Forever Face Alley YouTube channel, which actually right now has my interview with Lee Carver on it. It was a really dope interview. Lee revealed that he's not working on it, but he's going to do a solo album, which is really dope. But yeah, that's the main thing that I've been doing is Forever Face Alley stuff. I've been staying busy, real busy. This is Tom Martino's podcast. It's not called Boy Gob. I actually don't know what the hell Boy Gob even means, but it's part of his thing. All right. Yeah, these are actually, wow, much darker than the 2.0. Wow. Yeah. See how dark that is? It could just be that the 2.0 is older, and the paint's just started to kind of fade a little bit, maybe. That might be what it is. Maybe it needs a little bit of a touch-up, maybe. This one is... yeah, see, he started doing the black latex, too, which I like. But yeah, here, I'll show you a little side-by-side. You can see how much lighter the 2.0 is compared to the 2.1. The 2.1 is really a really dark green. It's probably actually more festive green, I guess, more like a dark green. And this Aximus one is more of like a light green. I always kind of think of this one as, when it's not the holiday season, it's kind of like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, old school with the red bandanas, or Raphael, whichever one. But yeah, this one, it really came out pretty dope. Martino is always killing it. His work is amazing, and he's actually kind of becoming full-time mask maker now. It's kind of one of his things that he's doing now. He's kind of not going to do as much DWN production stuff, and he's pretty much moving into, not exclusively, but mostly doing the Forever Faces, which is pretty dope. I kind of hope that means that they kick up more production with these masks. The other interesting thing to note is that when these went up for pre-sale, in the drop-down menu, there was also an option for the 8-bit, but it was blurred out, or I think it said sold out, I think is maybe what it said. We already know the 8-bit exists. It's just a matter of when are they going to come out. So is it going to come out next? I don't know. That's the other interesting thing, is that we have so many masks that we're waiting on to come out. Originally, Bill threw up that kind of did like a poll maybe in a live stream where it was before the first 2.1 was released, where he asked, which mask would you like to see? And it was I believe it was between the Grunge Cake and the Blood Soaked. The OG wasn't even in the equation. And then they just dropped the OG, and we haven't even seen the Blood Soaked or the Grunge Cake yet. So we still have those two. We got the 8-bit. And there's been a couple other prototypes that have gone up for sale on the alley. I don't know if we'll ever see those. Those are probably a lot of one-offs. But yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff coming out. Attack of the Ninjas is today. I'm filming this on Tuesday, but this will probably go up on Wednesday, which means Attack of the Ninjas is happening. I will be doing a full review of an Attack of the Ninjas. I'm also going to review ICP's HelloFresh Holidays. I'm going to watch the whole thing this time, guys, so don't freak out. I'll say it's not as good as it was October, but and then also I've got a very special thing I'm doing with Mike Sears and Roanbone from Beneath the Dirt podcast. We're going to do a complete year in review where we're going to talk about everything from Astronomicon 3 in February all the way up to Attack of the Ninjas and HelloFresh Holidays. We're going to cover everything that happened from MNE, Psychopathic, Underground in general. It's probably going to be a long episode, but it's going to be really dope. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. So if there's anything you'd like to hear us talk about, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and like I said, we're probably going to cover just about everything in that episode. So like I said, I'm interviewing Buckshot on Forever Face Alley on Saturday. This Saturday, if you're watching it on December 30th. So the interview is going to be on January 2nd to kick off the new year. AXE have a huge announcement that they're going to announce on the 31st. So I'll probably definitely do a video on that too. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm planning on. So in the coming weeks, you guys are going to get a lot of content. And like I said, I'll leave a link actually to the Forever Face Alley YouTube in the description, so you can subscribe to there, because I'm going to have a bunch of stuff up on there too. From here on out, all the artist spotlights and all the face-to-faces that I've done in the alley that have been exclusive to the alley are now going to be on YouTube. And the way that's going to work is it's going to stream exclusively in the alley first, and then 5 days to a week later, it's going to go up on the YouTube channel. That way, we decided to do it that way because Facebook is really bad at keeping making it easy to access content in the alley. And we decided, we might as well branch it out. Plus, it gets people interested in the alley in the first place, because you can see some of the cool stuff that we do live in the alley, for everybody there. Anyway, this is dragging on for much longer. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff coming up, so stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys again very shortly.